So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Well, good. Hey, what's really good? It's your girl LaTangela, and thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to hang out with me for another episode of the LaTangela Show. Now, we're gonna chit about this and we'll chat about that, and I am the queen of random research, so I had to dig deep. You know how this goes. Which side of the survey shall you pop up on? Here, there, somewhere between here and there? That's usually where you can find me. But that's neither here nor there. Now, you know, throughout the week, we have so many ways to stay connected. Monday through Fridays, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., as I am the voice inside your speaker box on Baton Rouge's official #1 for hip-hop and R&B, WEMX Max 94.1, and on Wednesday nights, you know what it is. You can find me as your official hostess for the Louisiana Film Channel. Thank you so much to Dr. Fry and the team for allowing me this opportunity to highlight all of the arts, the culture, and some of the filmmakers right here in the beautiful state of Louisiana. The culture is so rich and we have so much to talk about. And behind the scenes, oh, it gets juicy. You know, all of my links are posted at latangela.com, and I would love for you to join the conversation. If you haven't done it yet, be sure to subscribe, like, and share the YouTube page, the podcast. It's available on all digital streaming platforms. You know, a lot is going on. With COVID, the numbers are still rising in our area. What about for you? Now, we're going to stay in this modified phase 2, whatever that means. You know, everything seems to be wide open and people are doing whatever they feel like doing, and the numbers are continuously rising, yet leadership is saying, don't forget, keep doing what you're doing, and we hope the numbers go down. How? How? I guess I have too many questions that need too many answers, but either or, I want you to stay a part of the conversation and do what you can to make sure that we're inching our way towards healthier days. A lot sooner than later. Make sure that you're wearing those face coverings, those face masks. It's still a mandate. Make sure that you're practicing social distancing. It is important, and yes, it's still a thing. And make sure that you're washing your hands often. Whew, yeah. Well, you know, this month for television, a lot is going on. The Bachelor. Have you checked it out? It's a new season. They got a brother bachelor this season, and too much drama popping off already. I'm so confused. Like, how is it by episode 1, everybody's madly in love? By episode 2, I just die if it's not me he choose. And I'm struggling to take somebody's son back. Like, how y'all in love that fast? Is it in the air? Is it in the water? Can you bottle that up and tell me how? Because I'm confused, sis. I'm confused. At any rate, name that tune. It's coming on, and Randy Jackson is the host of that. It's going to be amazing. You'll be able to check that out. Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. I was looking forward to seeing that. I think that with Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, they ought to do more of a entertainment-lined category. I think I'd be able to keep up with that. You know, there's a reboot coming. My grandmother and I used to always watch Walker, Texas Ranger. Well, there's a reboot that's coming to CW, and that starts January 21st. Other things that's taking place across the world, you know, these planned protests that started over at the Capitol. Oh man, confusion. The world is just a crazy place right now, and I think this will be the time that we'll just unplug, we'll unwind, and we'll just talk about happier things, because that is just crazy. Crazy. Do you hear me? And, you know, there are more planned protests that are getting ready to take place at different capitals across the states. Other events that we're looking forward to in this month is the presidential inauguration. It's just in a couple of days, to be honest with you. And on top of that, the Grammy Awards will air on CBS January 31st. I'm looking forward to that. You know, we have some really big holidays this month. January, you know, you have the New Year, New Me. How did you kick off? New Year's resolution still kind of in sweat. Well, we also have Martin Luther King Day. Loving that. Also, Did you know that there is a National Whipped Cream Day? I didn't know that. There's also a National Houseplant Appreciation Day. Did you know that? Did you know that there's also National Clean Your Desk Day in January? National Bagel Day in January. National Popcorn Day is in January. Did you know that there's a National Peanut Butter Day in January? And National Hot Chocolate Day. I'm looking forward to that. That is January 31st. Talking about ending the month of January with a bang. Where is the hot chocolate when you need it? Hey, look, some good news across the globe. A guy in Philadelphia has been raising money for charity. How? He's been making pizzas in his kitchen, and then he'll use a pulley system to drop them to people on his second floor. And he has raised $30,000 during the pandemic and said that he wanted to donate it to different charities. I love it. Pizza for a great cause. Well, also making headline news for all the right reasons, because I feel we need to sprinkle some magic here and there. A cancer doctor out in Arkansas recently closed his practice to start teaching. That's sweet. But he also decided to forgive $650,000 worth of patients' medical debt. Yeah, on his way out, he said, you know what? Wipe it clean. Don't even worry about it. And he sent letters to 200 people for Christmas to let them know that they didn't have to worry about it anymore. See, that's the feel good that we need. I would love to hear some of your great stories. Some people that are just making a difference in the world, one corner at a time. Major props going out to Empower225. They are an organization that's always out and about doing wonderful things in our state of Louisiana. And when I tell you they just keep going, keep going, keep going, they are the example of power over obstacles forever. They are my poof recipients of the month. They are always a reminder to me. Tan, forward thinking. Tan, forward motion. Tan, we're going to find a way over this obstacle. And you just got to love it. You just need to see more of it. And you know, questions that need answers. Are you getting enough rest? Did you know that there are at least 7 different types of rest? No, really. I had to dig deep for this. There's a new article according to TED.com, and they are arguing that there are 7 different ways that we need rest as humans: physical, mental, sensory, creative, emotional, social, and spiritual. Now, when you break it down, we always talking about, oh, I feel so restless, or I'm so tired. Well, why are you so restless? Why are you so tired? TED.com has broke it down for us. They say that we need at least enough physical rest, either passive or active. Passive includes sleeping or napping. Active means things like getting a massage, doing yoga, meditating. Pause. And also, they said, don't forget, just laying around is another good way to make sure you're getting that physical rest. Mental rest, letting your brain take a break, is so important, especially if you work long hours. Ideally, you should take a mini break every 20 minutes. Just a little bitty break. Just a little bitty break. I like it. Okay, so for sensory rest, they say we constantly look at screens now. So extended breaks are important, especially after dinner and before bed, just to make sure that we're putting these things down and we're resetting. Creative rest, it's important. It's kind of like mental rest, but even more focused on taking a break from problem solving and brainstorming. Sometimes late at night, your brain just keeps going and going and going and going and going because that creativeness just won't let you stop. But you need to learn to unplug and get that creative rest. Emotional rest. It means separating yourself from things that make you feel emotionally overwhelmed. Block his number and get you some rest, sis. Tell her you gonna call it tomorrow, bro. Social rest. It doesn't just mean taking breaks from being social, which 2020 has already told us how to handle that pretty well. It also means leaning on the positive and supportive people in your life. And spiritual rest. No matter how you do it, it's about finding a way to feel a larger sense of belonging, a larger sense of love and acceptance and purpose. TED.com, I think I like this one. When it comes down to your products, your favorite things that you just cannot do without, what are some of the things that you just refuse to skimp on? According to SWNS Digital, my friends had to dig deep and they wanted to know what are the products you are not willing to compromise on. Okay, so more than half of the people that they surveyed said that sometimes they go for the cheap or even the generic brand, even when it comes down to medication. However, some of their favorite products they're not willing to skimp on. They will spend their last dime. They will work extra hours in order to get it. And actually, according to the new survey, they said, people are not willing to compromise and will spend money on the following: quality toilet paper. Now, I'm going to tell you, ain't nothing worse than getting into a situation and finding out that this 2-ply is really 1-ply. And it denies. They are not willing to compromise on the price of a good mattress. Coffee brands, because if you need that pick me up, you just need all the caffeine that's going to come with this $2.99 plus shipping and handling. Wi-Fi quality and speed. There is absolutely nothing worse than that buffering. Take all my money. Take all my money, just keep me flowing, please. They're also not willing to skimp on chocolate, shampoo. Now, I'm going to tell you, I go get me some VO5 from the dollar store, DG, Dollar General. My DG is for Dollar General, not Dolce & Gabbana, but that Dollar General, it gets your life right. That VO5 in the big bottles, and they have the pretty scents and the pretty colors. Ketchup. Now, come on now. Who's not willing to say they'll get the off-brand or skimp on ketchup? Cell phones, brands of potato chips, haircuts. Can't trust everybody with their haircut. Hey, where were you going with that butter knife? Line them up while you're doing it. Put my initials in the back so I know it's real. They're also not willing to compromise on the price of paint colors and restaurants. Okay, well, don't be willing to skimp on those tips either, since we're talking about it. Oh my goodness. I read this on InfoBay and I had to read it twice because sometimes I come across these stories on my desk and I'm like, yeah, this can't be real. Just cannot be real. Okay, so about 20 couples out in Argentina, don't cry for me, Argentina, decided to do a swingers party. Have you ever heard of a swingers party? Swingers party where they're not just swinging with the beat, dancing or whatnot, they're swapping partners and everybody in the building is in compliance. They're couples deciding that they want to couple with other couples that are there. Yeah, okay, so that's neither here nor there. But, they all got together at a farm over the weekend. And it was an underground swingers party because I'm not quite sure if it's 100% legal or not. But, without permission, they were throwing that underground swingers party on the farm. And cops showed up. But when the cops got there, the people at the party thought that the cops were entertainment. The people at the underground swingers party on the farm thought that the cops were strippers when they showed up, so they got excited. They were starting to do the do-si-do with the cops that they thought were strippers, aka entertainment, for the underground illegal party for the swingers. Oh, this could go wrong so fast. This escalates quickly. One of the cops says that a woman pulled him aside and whispered, quote, "Look at your eyes. You're getting me hot." And I did say eyes, end quote. Look at your eyes. You're getting me hot. All the people at the party got citations of violating COVID protocols, and the owner of the farm will be looking at a fine. So how did the cops find out about the party if it was underground and on a farm? The 3 people who were organizing it, they got into a fight during the planning, and 2 of them decided to leave the other one out. So the one who got left out of the swingers party decided to ring the alarm. If I see another chick on your arm, got to be more careful. InfoBay gave us the hookup on that one, and I read it twice, and I was like, who are you people? Okay, so if you're planning on starting a family or raising a family starting in 2021, Wallet Hub, they had to dig deep and help me out. A new study ranked every state from the best place to raise a family in 2021 to the worst, and it's based on everything from education to affordability to parks and playgrounds. The best to and the best of the worst. Man, listen, who is making the list? Did your state make this list? The rankings based on 52 different factors, which include the number of families within the area with kids, parks and playgrounds, COVID rates, crime rates, driving safety, education, affordability, job opportunities, and childcare costs. Some of the important factors that weighed in on the best and the worst states of raising a family in 2021, according to Wallet Hub. This is not Tan making this up. This is Wallet Hub. I'm just reading out loud what I read Okay, so based on all of that, the 10 best states for raising a family are Massachusetts, Minnesota, North Dakota, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Washington, Connecticut, and Utah. Now the 10 worst, in no particular order. You have New Mexico, Mississippi, West Virginia, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Alabama, South Carolina, Arizona, and Nevada. According to Wallet Hub, I want you to go check it out. I have more details posted for you at LaTangela.com. They're talking about some of the best and the worst states to raise a family in 2021 based on a lot of important factors. Now, these are the things that we want to talk about. What is the healthcare like in your area? The land of opportunity, the education system, safety. Anybody want to talk about safety? Like, it is important. And Wallet Hub, they update this list every year. Okay, so sometimes I like to dig deep and see some of the weird names, some of the names that raise an eyebrow here and there. Well, this is something different from Embark Vet. They stated that most popular dog names are also becoming one of the most popular human names because people love their pets so much that they decide to start naming their children after their pets. Now, I want to know, Embark Vet, how do you know that's not the other way around? How do you not know that people love their children so much? Or, maybe a childhood friend so much that they wanted to name their puppy after them. Okay, either way, the most popular name for female dogs last year, they said is going to be very popular in the kindergarten class in 2024. Would you like to hear it? Here it goes. If you got a dog last year and you decided to name her Luna, chances are you're going to hear a lot of kids with that same name. A dog DNA company just released the results of their study on the most popular dog names of last year. And for female dogs, the names came in as Luna. It was so big, people picked it almost 3 times more than the second most popular name, which was Daisy. According to Baby Center, Luna was the 18th most popular name for girls last year, up from 22nd in 2019. And it's been gradually getting more popular since 1995. Now, Luna isn't just necessarily a dog's name, so I don't really know if I like this study. The 10 most popular female dog names last year were Luna, Daisy, Bella, Lucy, Penny, Stella, Lola, Piper, Ruby, and Willow. And the 10 most popular male dogs last year were Cooper, Milo, Finn, Charlie, Tucker, Ollie, Bear, Max, Loki, and Moose. I mean, I'm pretty sure you won't be sitting in kindergarten with a kid named Moose. So Max, yeah, Ollie, okay, Tucker, okay, Milo, maybe not so much, but I mean, I don't know how I feel about that one, Embark Vet, but I read it and I had to tell it to somebody. I might as well tell it to you. Now, if you're planning on traveling or getting that vacation, that daycation, that staycation, according to Fox, there are a couple of things that these hotels will start doing. Like, what are they going to start doing differently in 2021 than they did in 2020? Or things that they were giving you a hard time about in 2019? Well, hotels are hoping that we get back to traveling a lot sooner because of COVID-19. They took a big hit in many different areas, right? Rooms will now double up as your office. They're offering the space because they're not utilizing the rooms and they need to get this rent going. They still have to pay that overhead, right? Well, with so many people working from home, they expect a lot of us to save vacation days from work and work from our hotel rooms or on trips. So things like desk and fast Wi-Fi would be even more important, and they plan to ramp that up for us. Extended stays. Instead of small trips, a lot of us would take one big trip and make the most of it. So hotels might have better deals for those extended trips. Touchless technology, which is important, like checking in online instead of going to the front desk. And a lot of hotels are adding mobile keys where an app on your phone gets to unlock your room. I don't know if I like that. I'm not sure, because you know what? How do I know there's not a glitch and anybody's phone can open up my hotel room? I'm not really into that one for 2021 or 2022. More flexibility if you need to cancel. I'm with that. Thank you, hotels. People wanting more privacy. A lot of us didn't even want to walk into the hotel lobby in 2020. But now in 2021, they're saying that they're going to give us our own place and our own space, and they'll be more lenient with that. And lastly, more outdoor spaces should be expected as we're traveling with hotels, because a lot of hotels are adding more outdoor areas this winter, so they'll be ready for spring and that fling of a trip. You know, some people are planning because love is in the air. We were talking about it, and we like to plan ahead. February 14th shall be here before you know it. The 13th and the 15th are really big days for a lot of us too, you know. But the 14th is the day that we're aiming for this year. February 14th, that's gonna be us, right? Bay Day. Well, they're coming up with something different from Delish. Delish is now serving something that they think would be great for the guys. If you're gonna give that special guy a gift, what would you get him? They're saying we should get him a heart-shaped box full of beef jerky. But not only is it a heart-shaped box filled with beef jerky, it's also covered in brown hair like a little furry animal. So guys just don't like chocolate or something? I mean, they showed a picture of it, and I wouldn't be mad at a heart-shaped box filled with beef jerky. It's just something about that hair on the box. If it was like red hair, like fur or something like that, I don't know. It looks like a bad version of a chia. Yeah, let's not do that. Hey, speaking of some of your folks making headline news for all the wrong reasons, Celine Dion, of all people. And you know, I love Celine Dion. My heart will go on. That, yeah, Celine Dion, but not her, but Celine Dion. So a guy, he decided to take it up a notch with the nip, 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 nip. It was taking too many sips. He was watching Celine Dion over the holidays, and she was doing this live performance on television. He loves her so much. But he got drunk. He went online, filled out an application, paid his money, and changed his name legally to Celine Dion. Now, after he did that, he went in there and went to sleep. He was drunk. He didn't realize it until the paperwork came in a couple of weeks later saying, congratulations, your name has officially been changed, and it's officially changed. A 30-year-old guy from England whose name was Thomas Dodd is now officially Celine Dion. And he said he plans to keep it that way unless it begins to make his life more complicated. I can't. I just cannot, you know? Yeah, so maybe he has a contact and says for booking. They technically would be booking Celine Dion. Yeah, he could get in trouble for that. Unless they do their due diligence and realize it's not the right one. You know what? Okay. No. Okay, blockbusters. Let's talk about this one. Some of the blockbuster hits that we anticipated for 2020, they got pushed back. We understand COVID, we weren't really piling up and running to the movie theaters. Some of it went to streaming sites, but some of it, we just want to go to the movie theaters, and we have some dates on the list. Okay, so according to the Hollywood Reporter, they have a rundown of some of the big blockbuster hits that we are waiting on. Coming to America is now set for March 5th. It's the sequel to the 1988 original. Morbius, March 19th, we can expect to see that. The Spider-Man spinoff. Also, No Time to Die. April 2nd, the 25th James Bond movie. James Bond. They said that we could anticipate that one. Black Widow, May 7th, the Marvel movie starring your girl Scarlett Johansson. Godzilla vs. Kong, expected to hit the big screen in theaters May 21st. Before it was postponed, Netflix actually reportedly offered them more than $200 million for it. I done gave them that movie, 200 million shams? Oh, take all of it. You can have it. You want a sequel? We can do that for you coming up too. Yeah? What else is coming? Ghostbusters Afterlife, June 11th, the new movie which will feature cameos by most of the surviving original cast members. Top Gun Maverick, July 2nd. And West Side Story is scheduled to hit December 10th. It's a Steven Spielberg directed film. And Eternals, November 5th, the Marvel movie starring your girl Angelina Jolie. Okay, I'm with it. Sounds like a field trip. Hey, you know what I really want to hook you up with though? A copy of my book. It's the fourth from my bookshelf entitled Poof, Power Over Obstacles Forever. Now, no matter who you are or what phase of life you're in, we all have those obstacles. But what we need to realize is that we have the power over obstacles forever. So slide in my DMs, use the hashtag TeaTimeWithTan, and just like that, poof, I'm going to gift you a copy of my book. It is available on Amazon. It's also available at LaTangela.com. But slide in my DMs using the hashtag TeaTimeWithTan, and it's yours. All right, I gotta get up, get out of here, and do some more work. But remember, no one loves you more than I do. And I'll see you soon. Questions that need answers. Did you get your steps in today? Mental, physical, spiritual. It's important. Get up, get out, play. Give it all you got. Get that stress off your chest. That's what we're doing, one step at a time. Right now, I'm just gonna use this bag to lean on because help me.
Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Yep. Hey. Na, 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 na. I like to call this some of that feel-good music. Rock with me. Ah, 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 the sunrise and I look into your eyes. Now I feel what I never felt. What a surprise. What a surprise. I searched high and I searched low, 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 low. Been trying to find some peace of mind and a little love. But I never would have thought, turn around and here you go. It's you, all that I've been looking for. Peace of love and so much more. Poof. You've been there all along, and I never knew it. But now I do. 3, 2, 1, countdown. Next 30 seconds dedicated to you. Gotta take this time to say what I'm feeling, boo. You have been the missing link to me. Now I can see it all so clear for me. Right by my side from day one. How could I be searching for another one? It's been you and me all along. You've been the inspiration to my favorite song. All that I've been looking for. Peace of love and so much more. You've been there all along, and I never knew. But now I kind of help. Digging